Today, we are going to be taking a look at how to handcraft your very own perfect forever world. That's right, we are going to be taking a look at how to start your long-term survival world. Now, I use this exact method when constructing my hardcore world because I wanted a village. I also wanted to make sure that I had access to a fair few resources, like dark oak, jungle, and bamboo. And I also wanted access to the most versatile wood in Minecraft, spruce. I was even able to find myself a triple spawner. So if you could, leave the video a like, hit subscribe, consider joining us, and without any further ado, let's get into the episode. Now, the first step, if you're new to Minecraft, is just to go into single player, click create new world, and for the game mode, just put it in creative. Don't worry too much about anything else. Don't worry about building in this world. This is not the world that we are going to be playing in, but this is one of the first steps that I do take. Now, once you're in the world, the first thing that you want to do is just have a little bit of a look around. You're looking mainly for inspiration or anything to guide you in the way that you want to go. Perhaps you like this big open lake here. Or what about these cliffs? Maybe you're feeling inspired for an Egyptian theme build in the desert. Perhaps you're feeling inspired for some Aztec pyramids in a jungle. What we are doing here is we are trying to find biomes that make us feel inspired. So many moons ago, I played in this world with my wife. This was my base. It was just a wooden cabin. But following from the theme of being out in the woods here, I added in a graveyard over here. In Endless Survival, I found myself in a desert, and so I was inspired to build in this palette. While my favorite world was in a plains biome, and so I built an entire farm. So before you even place your first block, make sure that you have the right biomes and just a general draft in your head of where your builds are going to go. So when you find a biome that you like, just simply press F3. And this brings up this screen here. You might not understand what most of that means. Trust me, it's a load of mumbo jumbo. But we just kind of want to look here where it says biome. Right over here, look. It says biome, Minecraft, jungle. Leaving the jungle, it now says beach. And wherever we move in our world, forest, it will change to tell us the biome that we're in. River, plain. Now don't feel pressured in selecting any one biome, because we could have a village right here in the plains, leave over here towards the river, construct a bridge granting us access to the desert, where there are any number of different build palettes that we could use to construct a brand new kingdom, and then continue that, heading across another river and into yet another biome. And you want to look around your biome, see what resources you have available there. We have dark oak and oak here. These provide quite a range of different woods that we can use, which is why when we come into my farming village here, you don't see much sandstone or terracotta or even glazed terracotta. It's typically mostly wood and different variants. There's a little bit of stone over there, and there is the odd bit of terracotta here and there, but for the most part I've used resources that are available locally. Even in this world, you can see that this is made of spruce because, well, spruce is everywhere. We've even got a little bit of mossy cobblestone, a block that is readily available within this biome, and if we press F3 we can see that this is actually a taiga biome. So now you know what a biome is and what you're looking for. Next, you're going to want to note down the biomes that you're interested in. Pay special attention to the resources available in each. Like a savanna here is the only place within the game that you can get the acacia wood. Deserts are great for cacti, while mesas offer a great selection of terracotta. The various different taiga biomes are fantastic for spruce wood, but they're not the only source, because they can also spawn in the snowy taiga biomes, and while nowhere near as common, they can also be found in windswept hills. The reason I showcase spruce is because it's an incredibly versatile wood, and it goes with anything in Minecraft. So this whole step that we've been talking about for the past few minutes is going to accumulate with you guys picking 3 biomes that you really like. 3 biomes that you want either access to their resources, are inspired to build in, or for you, just look really cool. Now me, I'm going to take plains, taiga, and jungle. And this is unfortunately where we are going to leave the safe haven of Minecraft, because there are 2 external sites that I always use when deciding a Minecraft world. And no, I'm not sponsored by these, I don't get paid anything for you clicking the links or anything like that. It's merely just a tool that I use, and I find them both to be incredibly useful in their own way. Now, when it comes to finding a seed, there are so many sites out there that will offer you the idea that you can just input a number. So we'll just say 141. You can input literally anything here. You can input letters. It doesn't really make a difference. You can input gobbledygook if you like. We'll just put in 141 and we'll click show map. Now there's loads of tools that will do this. Okay, it'll show you a map of what that seed will be. So if you were to type this 141 into this box in Minecraft and click create new world, this is what the structure of that world would look like. We'd get the desert right here, we'd get a savanna where we spawned, there'd be a mesa and a badlands over here. But this isn't why I want to use this particular site. Because like I said, there are so many different sites that will do literally the exact same thing. You put in a number and it shows you exactly what your seed looks like. And these are the 2 sites that I like to use, and I like to use them for very different reasons, but you can just use one. But we are going to start with this one. This one is mcseedmap.net. So mcseedmap.net. And I love this one. I love this one mainly for one feature alone. And that is if we were to scroll down here, they've got this tool called a seed finder. So what we can do, we'll just clear that, is we can select biomes, okay? Now, I said that I wanted a plains, so I can click plains. I also wanted a taiga, so I can click a taiga. And I wanted a jungle too, so I can click that. Structures that I want. I would like a village. Now, where do I want these structures? Well, I'm happy with these to be, shall we say 500 blocks from 0, 0. So you usually spawn somewhere around the 0, 0 coordinates. It can be 100 or so blocks off, but you'll usually spawn within like this general area. So being within 500 blocks of 0, 0 means I'm going to have access to them quite easily. We can highlight found biomes, which shows us, and then we're going to click find next seed. And just like that, in less than 0 seconds, it has scanned 51 seeds, and it has found this one that it thinks I will like. And I can take a look here, and I go, oh, actually, this has got this, what's this? This is ice spikes and snowy plains over here. I don't really want to be building in a snowy biome, so I'm going to go to find next seed, and then, oh, it's found me a new one. Open this seed. And, oh, this is a bit better. We've not got the snow, but there is a little bit over there, so I've got access to snow. I can see the biomes that I wanted all highlighted, but in addition to that, I can just hover over it. This is the Badlands. This is a mangrove swamp, which is great. We've got a taiga over there. Nice little plains biome on this island. This could be a good start. Now, once I've got a seed that I like, so this is going to be our seed for now. Obviously, you would have found your own. I'm going to copy it and I'm going to move over to another site. This was one of the first ones that I started to use, and it's very simple in nature. It's called chunkbase.com, and all we're going to do is we're going to take our seed and we're going to paste it in here, and this is going to bring up a map. I'm going to take all of these off because I don't really want them on. They're cluttering the screen. And the reason that I like this one is because the map is so simple that it's much easier to gauge a structure of where everything is. We know that we're going to spawn here around 0, 0. We can see where the biomes are a lot clearer. Don't get me wrong, this site is very pretty with the way that it does its maps. I do think this is very lovely. But sometimes the simplistic nature of this one is just what I need. So one feature that I really love about this particular site is it allows you to find almost anything. Like we can click dungeon and it's going to show us where a bunch of dungeons are likely to be. It's never 100% accurate, but you'll usually find a dungeon of what you want in the first couple of locations that you try. We've got a bunch of skeletons here, spiders, zombies. We've got all of those there. We can even look to see where the trial ruins are, the new stuff within Minecraft. It looks like there's one over here. even igloos and mansions, and we can find out where our stronghold is. And while this one does actually show us where a few things are, I don't see dungeons here, which means finding dungeons on this map is going to be difficult. And I've just noticed you can actually press F3 to find the next seed, so we're going to take the next seed. We're just going to take this one, and this is going to be our seed for now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy the number, and I'm going to copy that. We're going to come over here to our Minecraft. We are going to paste it in. If you're struggling to paste the number in, just press Control and V. That's a command that you can use just to paste. It's a pretty well-known one, but there are some people that don't know about it. So Control, holding the Control key, and then pressing V is just to paste. That's a global paste. You paste anything anywhere using that command. But here we go. This is our world, right? Now, we could go over some other things, like super flat just means that there are no spikes in your world. It's just all one big flat surface. I don't advise that. Large biomes is great, but this is going to mean that your biomes are further apart. Large biomes just means that the size of each individual biome is significantly bigger. It is a good option. I like playing with large biomes myself, so you can do that. But just bear in mind that if it says that the tiger biome is so far away, it's actually going to be even further. So if you do want the large biomes, make sure that when you select over here where it says version, that you're selecting large biomes and the version that you're playing on. And as you can see now, our biomes are significantly bigger and further apart. Like, we got to travel like nearly 20,000 blocks just to get the snow. Again, we're traveling 20,000 blocks just for a desert. It does mean that they are further apart. Now, when you get an elytra and you're able to fly in this game, traveling that many blocks isn't too hard. Trust me, it's quite easy when you've got an elytra and rockets. But in the early game, you're going to want to make sure that at least the biomes that you want are very close together. So for the sake of this video, we're just going to use standard biomes. We're not going to use the large biomes, but I did want to show you how to do that so that you can get the perfect star if this is what you want to do. And there's nothing wrong with this. I'm starting a hardcore series, and in the hardcore series I am using large biomes, and I used everything that I've showcased in this video so far to find that seed. With the exception of the triple dungeon, I actually got really lucky and stumbled across that one myself. But I digress. The last world type that you might want to choose is amplified. Just be careful, this does require a bit of a beefy computer. It's not builder friendly. There are janky cliffs everywhere. Things go up to build height. It's insanely crazy. It's meant just for a laugh. There is also a single biome if you just want to build in one biome, but that does lock you out of so many different resources. But we are going to stick to default for now. So when it comes to these two options right here, you might not understand them. Generating structures, you do want to make sure that it's on, because you want to make sure that villagers are generating. Trust me, villagers and their population are incredibly useful when you start getting into Minecraft. You can get mending books, which allow you to repair your gear. You can also just get a bunch of new resources from trading with them. They're super valuable. But more than that, you also want to make sure that your stronghold generates, so you can go to the end, so you can kill the ender dragon, so that you can get your elytra, so that you can fly within the game. But also, there are so many other structures out there, like shipwrecks and dungeons, that you want to ensure you have access to, so do leave that on. And if you don't like the structures in the end anyway, you can always knock them down like most builders do. The bonus chest is just a bunch of resources that it sticks in a chest for you. You usually get a bit of wood, bit of food, and an axe. It's great if you're new to Minecraft, if you've never played Minecraft before, or if you just want to make that early game grind a little bit easier. Feel free to put it on. I promise you won't be judged. Then you want to look at the more settings, okay? Because game rules are very, very important. Now, you can scroll through these and turn them on or off. This is actually really good. They didn't used to have this, but they do now, and it's fantastic. One of the things that I do kind of always advise players to do, and I just find this is what pretty much everyone does, is update fire. Turn that off. Okay, we do not want fire to update. What that means is if you set fire to something, it's not going to burn the entire building to the ground. Because there are some blocks within Minecraft, like netherrack, that will burn infinitely when lit on fire unless you extinguish them. But you can also light a block of wood on fire. With this turned off, you can light like a regular block of wood on fire. It is not going to spread to any adjacent woods, and then you've got like a medieval brazier. It also allows you to create fireplaces. I just find it incredibly useful. But just look through these, pay attention to what they are. Some of them you may not understand, some of them I don't understand. But just play with them and find which ones suit you best. And if you're ever stuck on what does what, just, look here. Sometimes it will tell you, like, forgive dead players. Angered neutral mobs stop being angry when the target player dies nearby. Universal anger. Angered neutral mobs attack any nearby player, not just the player that angered them. Works best if forgive dead players is disabled. So, quite a few of them do tell you what they do, while some don't. Ultimately, there's only really 2 of these that's worth paying attention to, and that's the fire tick and this sleep percentage. The sleep percentage is great if you're playing in a world with other people, because trying to get everybody to sleep, trust me, I play in a world with other people a lot, trying to get everybody to sleep can be annoying. So I always like to set this to like 50. So this just means that only half of the players on the server need to sleep. But of course, I don't know how many players are on your server. There's usually just 3 on my server, so it means that only 2 of us need to sleep. But maybe there's more on your server, and so you want more players to sleep. Or maybe you just want to make sure that it can skip if 1 player sleeps, and you put it at 10%. Either way, it doesn't make much of a difference when you're playing single player, but when you are playing multiplayer, it could be a very useful tool. So the next part is experiments, and this is something that I never touch. I never play with these. You're more than welcome to, but I dislike the fact that it says experiments can't be turned off after the world creation. So these are just trials. These are what Mojang are testing. They are trying to see how they work. And I'm always concerned that, let's say I put this on, right, and I start my world with the updated trades for villagers on. Then Mojang decide, actually, no, this is not what we want to do with the villagers. This one's not working. We're trying something completely new. I'm always worried that my world then won't be upgradable, that I won't be able to move my world onto the next version, or that this might somehow damage my world. Now, I'm not saying that it will. I've not looked into the technical aspects of this, and I could be completely wrong. But I'm always a little bit concerned, and so I err on the side of caution. So I'm not going to play with any of these. Once we're done, we're going to give our world a name. I'm just going to call it 141. But now what we've done is we've got our seed, we've got our name, and all we need to do is create new world. But before you do, change this to creative. And I stress this first, because we have found a good seed, but we've looked at it on some sort of generic map that it's not overly detailed. So if we go into creative first, we can spawn the world, there's my face, and we can just sort of fly around the world and get the idea. We've got the jungle right there, that's good, that's good. There's a village over there, look, but there's also another village there. So I've got 2 villages very close by. This is a good area to build. I'm actually feeling inspired to build here now, that's bad. But we've got a really good village there. Nice bit of plains biome there. There's a forest, so we've got access to birch and oak wood. Yeah, this feels really good. But maybe it doesn't. Maybe you don't like it in the end. Maybe once you've found that seed and you've typed it in, what you see in the world isn't exactly what you want. We can always come back to our site, press F3, open the next seed, and just keep doing that until we find one that we like. Once we've got one we like, just repeat the steps that I've showcased below. Copy seed, paste seed, but we don't want that bit. We just want the numbers. I must have copied too much. And then create new world. And using these tools, I was able to get the perfect start to my hardcore series. Now, I'll leave a link to both of these sites in the description of the video so that you can use them. Once again, neither site is paying me or sponsoring me, or is it even affiliated with me in any way, shape or form. I just use their tools because I think they're both incredibly useful for different resources. You can also play around on those sites and find different things that can help you generate the perfect Minecraft world. But I do think that getting the perfect start in Minecraft is all about that first world. You need to make sure that you're starting out strong, that your world is exactly what you want. If you have the biomes and the resources available to you to bring your vision to life, it's going to be so much easier to keep that ball rolling once you get started. So I'm going to ask you one more time, if you've enjoyed the video and you've got something out of it, then please do consider leaving it a like and hit subscribe. You can also join us and become a channel member. I don't even have a single one yet, so maybe you would be the first. But that's going to do it for me, guys. Do leave me a comment down below and let me know if you found this video useful. Or maybe you just didn't like the video at all and you want to tell me why. Criticism is always welcomed here. But that's going to do it from me. As always, I'm KC. You're the awesome folk. Thank you so much for watching. Take care now. Bye.
Life worth living is a life with meaning. I'll do what I love till my heart stops beating. I'm feeding this demon. Got a taste, can't erase bitterness in my face. Work a job every day till your dreams fade away. Like a card, never change. Play the game that we say. I need a break.